Good morning, everyone. I am Lucas Vasconcelos, Chair of the STEM Innovation SIG, and I have the pleasure of introducing today's keynote speaker. Leiselot Declercq is the co-founder and director of Teach Online Training, Teach Online School, ICONS, which stands for International Community of Online Schools, and the International AI Awards for Education. With over 18 years of experience across various sectors of education, she holds a teaching degree, an MSc in Pedagogical Sciences from Ghent University, and an MSc in Educational Sciences from Open University. She also has earned certificates in digital transformation, international relations and diplomacy, and artificial intelligence, implications for business strategy. In addition to her leadership roles, Leiselot served as an industrial promoter for PhD research and is pursuing her own PhD on AI in education, virtual and human teachers collaboration with Ghent University. She is a board member of Agoria Flanders, a patron of Europe 101, a fellow of Belgium's 40 Under 40, Female EdTech Fellow Europe, and EdSafe AI Catalyst Fellow. Please join me in welcoming Leiselot Declercq.
Good morning, everyone. Today is the International Day of Digital Learning, according to UNESCO, so no better day than today to present about online and digital education. It's my first time here in Florida, and it's amazing. I'm overwhelmed by the beautiful nature, the beautiful people, and I'm really looking forward to meet you all. Today I will be discussing human-AI collaboration, redefining professional development in online education. As you've heard, my name is Leiselot Declercq. I live in Brussels, Belgium. I'm a primary school teacher, a pedagogue, a social entrepreneur, and also a PhD student. I had the honor of studying at the Open University of the Netherlands and fell in love with the concept of online learning, because it gave me so much freedom, and I also had the opportunity to pursue my passion of teaching and combine it with learning something new. That all was the beginning of Teach Online School, where I tell you a little bit more about later on. I am not alone today. I have a special guest with me. Let's see.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Orlando. It's a pleasure to meet you at the site conference. I'm Amy, and I specialize in supporting teachers and students to make education more personalized.
Welcome, Amy. Could you please say a warm welcome to our audience today? Are you awake, Amy? Can you please say hello to our audience today?
Absolutely. I'm wide awake and bursting with energy.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. It's so fantastic to see you all here today at the site conference. Let's dive into some inspiring conversations about the future of education.
Sounds great, but first of all, I also would like to have some advice for sightseeing in Florida. What would you advise?
Oh, Florida is bursting with amazing sights. If you're in Orlando, definitely check out the stunning Walt Disney World for some magical fun. If you're looking for something a bit more natural, the beautiful Everglades National Park is a must-see. And don't forget to visit the enchanting beaches of the Gulf Coast or the vibrant nightlife of Miami. Enjoy exploring.
Thank you, Amy. How can you support teachers in online education?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I can support teachers by providing personalized learning experiences for students, allowing educators to focus on fostering creativity and critical thinking. I assist with creating engaging content, offering instant feedback, and analyzing student progress to tailor instruction. Together, we can enhance the learning journey and make it more effective and enjoyable. How exciting is that?
I just mute her for now because otherwise she will hear what I say. I don't know, is there a question from the audience? Somebody who wants to ask something to Amy? Not really, it's still early in the morning. No question? It can be a random question. Huh? Who? Yes?
How can we have her available to us?
Yes, so what is your exact question that I can ask? Can you support teachers, or what would be your question?
How can we, or as grade school teachers, how can we have Amy available to them?
How, yeah, wait, let me see. I will do it like that. How can you make yourself available for school teachers? Or perhaps high school teachers?
I can be available to school and high school teachers through various online platforms. By integrating into virtual classrooms, I can provide real-time assistance, answer student queries, and offer personalized learning resources. Plus, I can help with lesson planning, interactive activities, and even provide feedback on assignments. It's all about making teaching as smooth and fun as possible. How cool is that?
Thank you, Amy. So this was Amy. She is programmed as a virtual teacher, as an assistant for online teachers. She is actually fueled by biological AI. So it means she can see, she can hear, she can interact, she can emphasize, she can also keeping up her memories by listening to you and to the students. This is software that we use. It's by Soul Machines, but there are many other similar applications as well. Amy is programmed as a virtual co-teacher, and during a Belgian economic mission to Oslo, our Princess Astrid also went into a conversation with her, and she said, I really like Amy, but it's still not the same as a real human. So that was an interesting conclusion, so let's explore this further. What is on the menu? We will discuss what is the exact need for using those tools, who are we, what challenges do we have. We will focus then on the possibilities of human-AI collaboration. I will focus on the AI educational research parts and on the AI educational and practice. What is the exact need and why do we do this? According to UNESCO, 251 million children still don't go to a traditional school. They don't have access to school. And although traditional schools do their very best to provide education, those 251 million children don't have access to school. And this is where we do see opportunities for online teaching to support those children with specific needs. For example, in remote areas, top sport students, students from digital nomads, children who are ill, children who live in remote areas, different kind of situations where children can't go to traditional school. During the presentation, you will see, I can imagine, that you have a lot of questions. So here there is a Mentimeter. You see there is a QR code. That QR code will be on the slide of my presentation, on each slide of my presentation. So when you have a question popping up in your mind, please don't hesitate. Just put it on the QR code, and then afterwards we can discuss all your questions. So when I click on it, here you can submit then actually your questions. I will not go any further for now. We will continue with the presentation. So who are we? We are DTeach, the first online school in Belgium. We are an international not-for-profit organization, fully tailor-made online education since 2012. We founded it during Student Entrepreneurs Pedagogical Sciences at Ghent University many years ago. And we really focus on synchronous and asynchronous learning. We focus on primary, secondary education, and sometimes also lifelong learning for the parents who also want additional support. I will tell you a little bit more about that later on. We have a global reach, and we truly believe in academic collaboration and research, which is crucial. When you innovate, it's super important to collaborate with the academic world. We also have a center of expertise in digital pedagogy and e-learning, where we support other organizations in setting up tailor-made online learning environments. You can find more information on our website. Just to clarify, there are many forms of online learning. Here you see, for example, this is the continuum of Professor Tony Bates. It's a Canadian researcher. He says there are many forms of online learning. You can go from no technology to fully online. And as you can see already here, classroom support, flipping the classroom, hybrid, these are also forms of blended learning. So it's super important to use a correct terminology to express what you exactly do and what you are focusing on. With our online school, we focus on fully online education. So no physical contact, there is no face-to-face, how do you say it, connection. We invest a lot in in-house scientific research. Why? Because there is not a lot of academic work on the practice of online schools. It's very limited. So I invite every one of you also to collaborate and to do research together. When we started more than 30 years already, there was no other online school in our country. So we needed to look abroad. And we were very fortunate to connect with Griffith University in Australia, often considered Australia as the birthplace of online education, due to its long history of distance learning. For example, you also have School of the Year and so on. And we were lucky to have Sarah Prestridge from Griffith University, who developed a quality framework for online teaching and learning, as you can see here, because it was not existed at the time. And we really wanted our teachers to teach online on a very quality-based approach. For us as online school, we operate completely differently than from remote COVID teaching. Because it requires a specific pedagogy, you have to adapt your online curriculum, you need to specialize in online teacher training, and you really need a structured approach to ensure high quality and impactful learning experiences. And we want our students to be from dependent to independent students, but the human connection, even online, is crucial. I will not go into detail any further. We also do in-house doctoral research. So one of my colleagues, Michael Grammens, she just defended her PhD 1 week ago. She obtained her PhD on synchronous online teaching in relation to our organization, and she identified 5 key roles in synchronous online teaching. She saw that there is difference in face-to-face teaching and online teaching, and the roles were the instructional role, technical role, the social role, the manager role, and the communication role. All these roles, they require a different approach. We give our online teachers a unique training on online teaching because at this moment it is still not possible to study to become an online teacher in Belgium, for example. Although I believe in the future it will be integrated in every teacher training. When we look at our global community, We helped already 3,000 or 4,000 families during the years. We work with around 80 real-life online teachers. We are available in 70 countries at this point, but that is not difficult. As soon as you have an internet connection and a webcam, you can go online. And each year we help around 600 students. This year we also have a very good sustainable collaboration with the Ministry of Education of the Netherlands, with the Ministry of, and specifically with the Ministry of Defense, because they want to support their military families with education abroad. So, and this is also one of the possibilities online. Additionally, we are also very proud to be recognized as a UNESCO school and a European Parliament Ambassador school, and we are also the only Flemish school in the NOB network, which groups Dutch language and culture for schools worldwide, because it's not available when you go abroad sometimes. So keeping in touch with the mother tongue is one of also of the reasons of our existence. So for example, this is Joris. Here you see Joris with his lovely wife. Joris is a Belgian. He moved to China for his work, and he met his wife and got two wonderful children, Isabella and Robin. Just before the summer vacation time, Joris heard from his employer that he needed to come back to Belgium and that the children needed to integrate in the local education system. So he went to a local school, and the principal said, no, Isabella, normally she should go to the 2nd grade, but it's not possible because she's not speaking the language, so we will invest in her and she needs to lower 1 grade. And Joris said, oh, that's such a pity because she is a very smart girl, she knows a lot about different cultures, and she would adapt easily. There was no traditional education during summertime, so we helped Isabella with our online teaching. Each day during the summertime, 1 hour with one of our teachers who is also in traditional education, and she succeeded to have a basic level of Dutch, so she could integrate on the same level. And this is why we exist, so to make those transitions between different education systems possible. We focus on 3 phases. So you have before departure, the preparation. So prepare the students when they go to another country with the local language and the cultural lessons. We also offer lesson tests. When they are abroad, to stay in touch actually with the mother tongue. We also support specific courses, for example, speech therapy or special needs, sometimes also homeschooling. And it's important that they stay connected with their roots. When they return, we also facilitate the reintegration, so they stay connected and often sometimes provide specialized courses. And here you also have, for example, a testimonial of Papa Tom Delru from the UNDP, who travels around the world with the children, and he can take our school with him. Or, for example, our Mama Evelyn, a digital nomad, who is also traveling around the world and can do this thanks to online education. I don't do this all by myself. I have 3 co-founders as well. Annabelle, who is also my sister, also a secondary school teacher, and also Koen Verlaakt, who is a former Secretary General of Foreign Affairs, because a lot of online schools collaborate also with Foreign Affairs. We have a wonderful dream team. We have around 80 freelance teachers, primary, secondary, and adult teachers. We are going to 200 teachers right now, and we have a great core team. These are all full-time people working for our online school. Our teachers are based all over the world. Because it's important, we offer tailor-made online education that we can, are available at any time and at any place. We have also, like I said, primary school teachers, secondary school teachers, and also adult teachers. We also have experts in psychology and in speech therapy, which allow us also to engage in remedial teaching. And I must say, these are amazing teachers and colleagues. They are very strong, they are problem solvers, they are good in technology, online pedagogy, they have discipline, they are very creative, and they can create an emotional connection with their students online. It's a great team and very powerful teachers. And here, for example, you see my cute niece. This is Eva, it's the daughter of my sister. She is following online French lessons because as a toddler, she doesn't have it at her school. And each week she has a 30-minute lesson with one of our teachers, Rinske. And so she can already speak a little bit of French, but it's on a very playful way, of course. So we adapt also on the age of the children. Our students can choose whenever they want to follow lessons. It can be in the weekends, evening, during vacations, whatever what works for them. And after each lesson, we provide also feedback to the parents. A good connection with the parents is crucial because we want them to keep them posted about what went well, what went wrong, or what was difficult, and what can we do for the next time. We always refer to 30 or 60 minutes each day for an adult. Don't do an entire day of online schooling for a student like we've seen during remote. We cannot support that. It's not good for a child to be an entire day behind a computer. So we really need to investigate the need to know and what should be offered online, and all the rest focus on what they can do outside. Besides the online lessons with our teachers, we also offer online courses and asynchronous learning. For example, we support also our traditional colleagues. Our traditional colleagues, we support them, for example, also during COVID. We knew how hard it should be as a teacher to suddenly go online and teach online. So we made a Facebook group, Distance Teaching Tips, and in 1 week we had around 3,000 teachers in Belgium following our online free courses, how to teach online for toddlers, primary school teachers, secondary school teachers. Also, during the Ukraine crisis in Belgium, we developed an online module, Ukrainian Dutch. So our traditional teachers could use it in their classroom when they have students from different nationalities. And more than 300 schools made use of it, and they are asking to develop more. We also offer a philanthropic project since this year. It's called Europe 101, where we want to invest in the future of our youth and in our European leaders. It's available for everyone around the world, as long as you see that there is a connection with Europe, or you would like to do research in Europe, you would like to travel around Europe, and it's for free for students between 16 and 30 years old. In 2 years' time, more than 2,500 participants participated, and it's about liquid leadership. We ask them, what is the purpose in life? What would you like to do in life, and how can you make a difference with the job that you will do? And this is what they need to think about. It's a learning path during 4 weeks, and there are 4 cohorts each year. And we also invite inspirational leaders who can talk about their personal life and how they achieved to do the job that they do right now. If somebody of you feels inspired or also would like to give a talk, please let us know. Then we have the Digital Education Action Plan. In Europe, this program is running since 2021 till 2027. It's a kind of a hub. It's also accessible for everyone. You just can go on Google, go to the Digital Education Action Hub. It's available for researchers, for teachers, for everyone who wants to join. And there we share good practices. DTeach Online School was selected as a good practice by the European Commission, and we went through an accelerator process for 7 months. And we decided to start also, here this is, for example, the link if you would like to explore more where you can subscribe to the hub. I will not go any further in detail right now. So we decided to set up an international community of online schools, which is ICONS. And in 1 year time, we already have more than 20 schools, but I know there are hundreds of online schools. For us, it's super important to unite online schools because there is no voice for online schools. People are talking about the future of education, but online schools are not heard because there is no umbrella organization for K-12 education. And this is why we unite together. We focus on advocacy because as an online school, you can't be recognized. If you can't be recognized, you can't get any funding. So you need to ask money for your education. And this is something we want to change. We believe that digital education can have an impact and give a lot of education to children who don't have education at this point. So we need to negotiate with the government and with the policy world. We also focus on sharing good practices between online schools and also supporting traditional schools with our insights. And we also join forces to provide education to children abroad who don't go to education at DG4. As you can see, we had our first online Icons Summit in Oslo last year, and also Pia Arendt-Kilde Hansen, she's the Director General for Education, Youth, Sport and Culture, supports this project as well. I will give her very briefly the floor to explain a little bit also about how she sees digital education and also the possibility of AI in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to send you a short video message at the opening of this Icon Summit. I wish I could be with you in person today, but since this is a conference for a growing community of online schools, perhaps it's actually quite appropriate for me to send you this message virtually. After all, digital technology provides boundless opportunities for innovative practices in education, including distance learning. Icons is fully embracing those opportunities, bridging together some of Europe's leading online schools and platforms. And it's great to see the progress you have made since the DTeach online school was first selected as an outstanding example of innovative education by the European Commission's Digital Education Hub Accelerator Program in 2022. Digital technology keeps changing, it keeps evolving, and it's essential that education and training systems keep up with the pace of the digital age. Disruptive technologies like artificial intelligence make us reflect further on the digital readiness of our education across the board. AI can stimulate innovative pedagogies, support personalized learning pathways, and give real-time feedback. It can also enhance productivity, allowing teachers to prioritize the most important tasks.
And then she goes on a little bit more, but I will respect the time. I really would love to hear a little bit more about you. Are you familiar with online schools? So if you could check the QR code or go to menti.com and use this code. And just wait a little bit more, almost there. I don't know if I can show it right here, but let me see. When I see it here on my screen, I cannot show it, unfortunately, but I see that 41 of you is familiar with online schools, and it's super interesting because we are in the US, and I know that there are a lot of online schools in the US when you compare it, for example, with Europe or with other environments. 30% have never heard of online schools. Super interesting. Thank you so much for sharing. Those who are familiar with online schools, please feel free to share the name of the online schools in the Q&A session so we can talk about it later on. So what are the challenges, actually? Here, as you can see, one of the challenges is that digital education is only for the privileged or for the happy few. And this is something we don't want to establish. Online education should be accessible for everyone. When we also, another challenge is when we look, for example, at Bloom's Sigma 2 problem, so discovered by Benjamin Bloom, allows that students who receive one-on-one tutoring perform 2 standard deviations, so 2 sigma better than students in a traditional classroom. The problem is that providing a personal tutor for every student is not practical or affordable. So the challenge is to find scalable ways to achieve similar learning gates for all students. When we look at our teachers as well, the challenge is scaling up personalized online learning while facing a lot of teacher shortages. So it's a real challenge. And this is where we see opportunities with the human-AI collaboration. Gartner identifies 5 technologies that will transform the digital future, and here we see that digital humans are one of them. I'm also an EdSafe AI Alliance fellow, and they identify 6 tools in AI and education, and here you can see that virtual assistants, intelligent tutoring systems are also involved and part of it. So we see opportunities like ME, but it also can be different other virtual humans. You can adapt the skin color, the cultural setting, the voice, so it can be tailor-made to your audience. And this is, for example, a short movie about the use of a virtual human in an educational setting. It's a 1-minute video I will show you. A bit of publicity, of course.
Hi, I'm Will. I work at Vector helping young people learn about renewable energy. Here's what happened when I met some students for the first time. I can help you become an energy expert. What should we start with?
Geothermal genius.
Magma from the Earth's core comes close to the surface and we end up with volcanoes, hot springs and geysers. But do you know what magma is?
Molten rock from the outer core.
Absolutely right.
I thought Will was really fantastic.
Like he's there looking at us. It's like a real human.
Here's a quick question for you. What do you think is the windiest city in the world?
Wellington.
Nice. If the sun is so far away, how long do you think it takes sunlight to reach us?
10 minutes.
Correct. You're a solar superstar. I was curious if they liked me.
It's different from talking to Will than talking to Siri, for example, because he's there, you can see him.
He was quite human-like, even though he's an AI.
Then, the human version of me arrived.
How's it going? Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. We got some really good reactions out of a few kids.
Is that?
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. A couple of them didn't recognize me straight away. You know it's me, eh?
Oh yeah, true. I can see that now.
It's a bit of a shock seeing my digital avatar for the first time. It's like looking in the mirror, I guess.
Let's face it, he may look like me, but I'm the one who knows about energy.
Yeah, I think Will could be used as an education tool in many areas.
We did learn some things that we didn't know.
Wellington is the windiest city.
I learned that you wouldn't notice if the sun went away for 10 minutes.
It's not just a blank screen they're staring at, answering questions, so they feel like they're actually interacting with a human.
He was a good teacher.
It was great meeting the thinkers of tomorrow, because together we can shape our energy future.
Yes, so this is an example of how virtual humans can be used in education. But at this point, it's also just an idea because, of course, we have, for example, the AI Act, and we really need to be very careful when we use those virtual humans with students. So now at this point, we are really actually investigating, and this is the research I will briefly talk about. So I do research together with Ghent University with Professor Bram de Wever and Melissa Teutens to investigate what are the perceptions of our online teachers in collaborating with those virtual humans in online education. What is their openness and are they willing to use them? And when we look, for example, the first survey that we took 71 teachers responded to it, and we asked them, what do you think about that? The first question is, have you ever already worked with AI technology in your educational approach? And I also was surprised that even 15 teachers never used it in their educational approach. They use it in their personal life, but they still don't know how to use it in their educational way. A lot of our teachers had never heard of virtual humans. It was the first time. When we asked what kind of benefits do you see for teachers, and then they were the most of them are a bit hesitating, but they are very curious to learn more. They say virtual humans can help us with lesson material development, also help us with asking the right questions. They can help also with role-playing activities and exchange ideas. They also can help us with assignments, they said. Another advantage is that they can overcome distance. Virtual humans can be available 24/7, can be available in remote areas, and they can serve as peer learners, study buddies, supporting students in their learning journey. For example, one of the other benefits that the teachers were talking about, they also could support them when they are ill. So there is no gap between the learning experience for the teachers. So they are still having education. Important to acknowledge, our teacher said it's important that it is human-centric. The teacher always must be the most important connection for the students because they know they have the emotional connection with their students, and it also must be tailor-made, they say. Otherwise, it's too cold. It's about a way of connecting. They also do have concerns. They have concerns regarding privacy. When some teachers have no concerns at all. They say, yes, there is just no privacy, forget it, we are living in this kind of world. But other teachers said it's super important that as an organization you think, of course, about the privacy. And then, for example, you can see those concerns very well here on this framework, the EdSafe AI framework. And these are essential building blocks, creating a safe AI ecosystem. And the teachers were talking about those things: security, privacy, accountability as an organization. What about equity? Does every child have access to this kind of technology? What about ethics? What about bias? And super important is that we have the efficacy, that we have really, really good practices and can show the improved learning outcomes. So this was in a very short nutshell what we are investigating at this point. We can tell you more. We organize in Brussels next year the Networked Learning Conference. So everyone is welcome to join. It's about AI in education, and it's an international conference in collaboration with the University of South Australia, Aalborg University, and the Danish University. When we now go and take a look at AI in education and practice, we really are hands-on, and we also offer yearly an online hackathon available for everyone around the world. It's also for free, to provide teachers with insights towards how they can use AI in their educational approaches. The DG EduHack is also available for every one of you. You can organize it yourself in a hackathon, a real one, in a traditional setting, blended or online, or you can just follow many DG EduHacks around the world. Last year, we started with International AI for Education Awards. We have seen here those wonderful awards. Congratulations again to all the winners. It's impressive. But we also want to do this and support our colleagues, our K-12 teachers in primary and secondary school who are using AI, the pedagogical approaches AI in their classroom, because we want to encourage them and to empower them to share their good practices with other colleagues, because there are also a lot of teachers who are hesitating. And so last year, it was also during our Icons event, we had an event with ministries, we had teachers, we had teacher trainings, we had policy makers, we also had our princess, just to have an interdisciplinary approach so they can see the importance of AI on society and on education. And we awarded 3 awards for specifically for a teacher training, and then also a specific Belgian award. And besides those awards, here you see it, besides the awards, they also share their good practices via empowerment webinars. So everyone and every teacher who wants to learn more about their approach, most of the time it's also the combination of an edtech tool, the pedagogical side, how the students interact with it. It's very, very interesting to share those experiences. It's available for everyone. We did it the first time last year. In 5 weeks, we had around 40 admissions from 16 different countries. In the next coming weeks, we will launch the second part. So if you know teachers, please feel free to invite them. And we will have the award-winning event in Porto, the 18th of September it will be. It will also always be combined with an academic conference, and it will be on this academic conference in Porto next year. The year after, it will be in Brussels again. So it's super important, and a lot of teachers are making use of that and are sharing their good practices. We really want to support the pedagogical approaches and not as such the edtech tool as such, because it's important that teachers know how can I use AI in my mathematics lesson, in my Dutch lesson, in my different areas, so they have a real concrete idea. So I see it's around 10 o'clock and I wanted to respect time, so we are at the end of my talk actually today. And I would like to end with the message that online education can become an affordable option for children worldwide, fully complementary with traditional education. And I think we really should join forces, collaborate on different levels, and make this accessible education for all. If you have other Q&A, because here we are, we can discuss it then in another room, and we can dive into it in the questions and the answers you have. If you would like to, if you would like to stay in touch or you see possibilities to collaborate, please feel free here to connect, or just to connect also on LinkedIn, and we can discuss further opportunities to do exchanges, to do collaborations with our Icons network, and so on. Thank you for your attention, and let's keep in touch.